Yeah. Up in the building. Yeah, we lighting up the scene. Crypto gems on radar, chasing every dream. Do your own research, that's the golden theme. We bring the facts, no cap, we keep it clean. Scrolling through the charts, got my eyes on the rise. Viber got the info, got me feeling so wise. No hype, just the truth, yeah, we cutting through lies. Sharpen knowledge on a daily, watch the profits multiply. From Bitcoin to the altcoins, we digging for gold. Community so strong, never do what you're told. That's the motto, let the story unfold. We ain't selling you a dream, just the facts to behold. Velo Finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep the future bright. Viber got your back, we ignite your flight. No pump and dump, just the realest advice. We break it all down, make it simple and nice. Every tip, every trick, got you rolling the dice. But with knowledge in your pocket, you can win every price. Velo Finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep your future bright. Viber got your back, we ignite your flight. So when you're lost in the crypto sea, Viber is the light, come vibe with me. Stay smart, stay sharp, and you'll always see the best gems shine with transparency.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Vibra Bill. Man, just like that, 24 hours. Look at how much your emotions can change. You go from feeling like it's over, you're questioning everything, and then next thing you know, you pull up CoinMarketCap or one of your bubbles, and Stronghold is just ripping out of the blue. And Velo up 20%, Flare up 10%. Some pulse chain alts are starting to really move. And it just never felt like we had a bull market. So I just never believed we were in a bear market. I just feel like nothing's ever started for certain assets. And now that the infrastructure is here, the legislation's almost here, it's game time for the utility cryptos. And I don't think this is coincidence that we're seeing Stronghold now up to almost 0.013. I thought we would never see it under a penny again. Once we got back here, once we cleared it in like May or whatever. And now we dropped down back under, which was just uncalled for. Like that 10-10 liquidation was just, it sucked all the last liquidity out of the market. And that from that point on, just the littlest dip causes bloody red candles. It's crazy. But where there's blood, there's opportunity. You know, we've been talking about it forever. You know, Velo is the Ripple of Asia, where they call it. But we'll look at, so we got some bullish news, regardless of what Jerome Bowles does. Kevin Hassett, Trump's reported crypto-friendly pick for the Fed. And I'm pretty sure this guy used to work for Coinbase, or was like an executive at Coinbase. So he's going to be super pro-crypto. He's a White House economic advisor. He's a director of the National Economic Council and oversaw the Digital Asset Working Group directed by the White House. So here we go. This Hassett is widely regarded as pro-crypto. In June, he revealed the stake of at least $1 million in Coinbase, that he was compensated at least $50,000 for his role in the exchange's academic and regulatory advisory council. So, what do you know? This guy is going to make life great for us in crypto. I just don't want to believe the fear porn and we're heading into this digital hell. I think this can be done right if it's done correctly. A lot of people lose their jobs. They're going to need UBI. And if we can give people money to compensate for that lack of income that pays like insurance, bills, necessities, and that way you actually could use your time for whatever you wanted it for. That's super valuable. And I think that's an option here in the near future. But we shall see. I want to remain positive. The S&P downgrades Tether's stability rating to weak as Bitcoin holdings exceed safety buffer. How long have we been talking about this for? That Tether is a ticking time bomb. And with the whole Epstein thing tying to Bitcoin, you're starting to see multiple smoke clouds. And where there's smoke, there's fire. Tether's ability to maintain a dollar peg was downgraded by the S&P Global Ratings, citing a dangerous shift toward riskier assets in the world's largest stablecoin reserves. They reassessed Tether to 5, labeled weak from 4. Bitcoin now represents about 5.6% of USDT in circulation, exceeding the 3.9% over collateralization margin. A drop in Bitcoin's value combined with a decline in value of other high-risk assets could reduce coverage by reserves and lead to USDT being under collateralized. What do you know? Tether maintains around 181 billion backing, about 174 billion in circulation. But I don't think it's all there, guys. So if people flooded in to try to redeem it once, I don't think they have the ability to pay it out. So this is a massive problem that is just lurking over the markets here. But that's all right. Post XRP ETF, Franklin Templeton sees diversified crypto portfolios as the next big thing. What do you know? A basket of portfolios. Bloomberg predicts over 100 new crypto ETFs will launch in the next 6 months. How are we going to have a bear market when 100 ETFs are going to be launching in the next 6 months? I don't see it happening, guys. I just think this has been the ultimate shakeout. There were too many idiots online screaming, come get rich in Fartcoin, come get rich in Melania, come get rich in Moodang and Shoodang. And it, guys, once that was the situation, is when the average person thought they could come get rich. That's a top sign. Took me a while to realize that. The retail sentiment for us to be at the bottom is that it's over. I'm never touching crypto again. And we started to see the sentiment shift with a lot of the influencers last week. In the last couple of weeks, actually. They've got super bearish, starting to talk about how it's over. It's over. This one guy, Jordan Cameron, that I follow, he all of a sudden flipped bearish last week. And that to me was like, all right, this is it. These are the type guys that have been bullish the whole time. And now they call for a bull market or a bear market immediately just because Bitcoin broke a stupid level. It's so funny. But regardless, single asset ETFs are super interesting. There's a lot of community enthusiasm around them. But there's going to be a bunch of ETF availability in diversified portfolios. Our strategy has not been just single asset ETFs, but in diversified exposure. So ETFs that track a diversified basket of cryptos as opposed to a single token. So I wonder if there's going to be like a utility fund. A guy, it doesn't matter. They're going to be able to create, they're going to have 100 assets that you're going to be able to buy individually. And then they can pair them all kinds of different ones together and create another 25 or 30. So they'll have 130 different ETFs with 100 assets. And that's just more money having the ability to come in. And this too, I don't know if people are sleeping on it, but you know the Klarna thing on eBay and PayPal where you can make payments on stuff. Well, now Klarna steps into stable coins to where you can now basically take a loan out for stable coins. Payments shift as Klarna USD lands on Tempo. But this is good though. This is now people taking more leverage, but if crypto goes up, it actually can pay out for you. Well, I guess there's no. Oh, here it is. Klarna announcing Klarna USD on Tempo, the new Stripe payments chain. Klarna's 114 million users and 118 billion GMV aren't crypto native flow, but they're exactly the kind of volume that can reshape on-chain settlement. So one by one, guys, we're starting to see more doors opening up and retail being able to come in. I'm never going to touch an ETF. Hell no. But this is what's going to bring the liquidity. It's now the institutional cycle. They're here. This is what we've been begging for, the institutions to come, and now they're here, and they've just destroyed crypto to where people now have lost faith and sold their coins to the people that we didn't even want here in the first place. It's so funny how that works. But screw the institutions. It's all about Stronghold. I mean, look at that. Up 40% now. Let's go. 40.7%. 1.2% in the last hour. We are now officially printing a dildo here. Let's go. Stronghold. This is how fast these things can move, guys. When they're ready to go. Like Stronghold is the bridge between TradFi and blockchain. The founders, Sean Bennett and Tammy Camp, came from Ripple. IBM leverages Stronghold's blockchain infrastructure to transform payments. They've been doing this. They've been providing their stablecoin network since 2018. They're working with the ACH and Nacha. And it's going to be settlement and clearing around the world. Stronghold Net is the settlement layer for a lot of TradFi, for certain payments, not banks, but certain businesses and enterprises. Let's talk what makes SHX a major player in finance, especially in Europe. This isn't just a market, it's a regulatory benchmark. Stronghold Pay is reducing risk and building trust to meet new strict EU rules. This is how you build a lasting financial asset. Why should we care? The EU's MiCA framework brings legal clarity and consumer protection. By aligning SHX with these standards, Stronghold attracts institutional partners and major financial firms that need regulated assets to participate. Regulation is the on-ramp for big money. A big piece of the puzzle is ISO 22202, the new standardization for global payments. Major European banks are adopting it. Stronghold's work with 222 Labs means they're making SHX natively understandable to these banks, bridging TradFi to fintech. The listing on LCX is a direct result of this compliance focus. Liechtenstein's EEA status means that SHX Euro trading pair provides a fully regulated Euro on-ramp. For European financial entities, this is a green light to trade and integrate SHX into their systems securely. The listings on global exchanges like Kraken and Uphold further reinforce this strategy. They invest heavily in EU licensing and regulatory compliance. Listing SHX signals that it has passed rigorous checks required for access to their large, heavily scrutinized EU user base. The compliance and interoperability unlocks real-world utility in a large market like Europe. By leveraging ISO, the translator, Stronghold aligns with P2, the PDDS2, open banking goals, enabling services like microloans or fraud detection using regulated EU bank data. Stronghold's strategy is clear: infrastructure over speculation. By prioritizing tough standards, SHX gains a structural edge, securing its place as a foundation layer in the future of regulated global finance. Trust is the key. Longevity is the key difference. So guys, Stronghold is an absolute gem. How long have we been talking about it for? And we've had forever to accumulate this thing. And I know a lot of you have, and a lot of you got bigger bags than me. And I can't wait to see when this thing goes to $1, $2, $3. We're going to be laughing all the way to the bank. Hello, my Stronghold and XRP friends. About an hour after the Senate Agricultural Committee released its draft proposal for crypto regulations, we have Stronghold Pay saying it's time to eat. This draft has bipartisan support, so it looks like it'll pass. The proposal is a significant step as it delegates jurisdiction over digital commodities, crypto to the CFTC. The SEC would hold jurisdiction over digital asset securities, stablecoins. They've even added the words commodities and securities directly into the titles. Passage of crypto regulations should enable Stronghold, Ripple, and other crypto companies to make announcements of partnerships, acquisitions, alliances, etc. that couldn't be fully completed without regulatory certainty. It's time to get excited. Kraken, Uphold, LCX. And look what's next for Stronghold. Coinbase. All the major exchanges. And I think Gemini too. So look for major exchange push here in the next little bit. So it's just recent, in the last 24 hours, you could trade Stronghold on Uphold. Listing confirmed. Level 3 reward users get early access. This is the first listing to support both versions of SHX, the Stellar based and the upgraded ERC20 SHX on Ethereum. Let's go. This is where I get it, right here on Lobster. I don't think there's nothing wrong with Lobster Wallet, in my opinion, as long as you have the right asset and you know what you're doing. Stronghold, that Uphold deposit is looking tasty. 250,000 USDC, winging its way over. Stronghold's partnership with Uphold is designed to expand institutional access to Stronghold. More liquidity support for the trading and onboarding. Let's go. So, guys, Stronghold, I hope you have your bags packed. If I can, will I touch on XDC? Well, I really don't. I only have like 10,000 XDC or something like that. I don't have that much. Or 12,000. It's like $500. And I don't, it's not a US crypto, bro. So I'm worried about it. I don't think it's going to get it's going to see the price appreciation as these other ones. You know, it's based in Dubai. So I just think that's going to be a setback. Even though it's got a great use case and fundamentals, that doesn't mean the price is going to be high. So I just have my bag of XDC, and then I have Go plugin and on X swap, and I have 3 altcoins over there that I'm holding. So I mean, there's just really, it's just a long-term hold, bro. You buy your bag, you forget it, and then if it does something, it does something. You know, and yeah, exactly. The XDC is working with Corda, but I think Corda is going to start settling on the XRP ledger once they go to T+0. I mean, I don't know, but that's why I just have my bag of XDC. Like, that's the thing. We know what's going to be used in the future. We don't know what the prices of these things are going to be. So that's why, to me, it's too risky to not hold a bag of XDC than to say, oh yeah, you know, it's not going to have the gains as these other ones. So I just have a bag of it and tuck it away and move on to the next. And that way, once you see days like this, when you have your Stronghold and your Velo, you feel great. You're not panicking saying, oh shit, oh God, I wish I just got it yesterday. Now it cost me an extra 40%. Just like that. And once this thing starts to move, man, we have not seen anything yet. You know, Velo is awesome, guys, what they're building here. I didn't even realize that Velo is a real world asset play now. Top promising real world assets projects to watch. And they got Velo on this list. So that's so funny how Velo went from being like the Ripple of Asia and like peer to and like QR code payments for 7-Eleven and gas stations and retail locations to now a real world asset play, which I love. So if you go to velo.org, you can go to the Veloverse. You can check out everything they're doing here. With Velo Finance, they got the universe. Like, guys, there's so much here. Like, if you just come to the website and just look at what they're building out, like, this is what makes me excited. Nova Chain. Nova Chain is an EVM compatible blockchain that powers our Web3 ecosystem, bridging TradFi and crypto for foreign exchange and a hybrid DEX. Velo Chain is the enabler of Velo protocols interconnection with various financial systems and allow all types of users to make frictionless transactions. So we got Nova Chain now for all the institutions. Let's go. Orbit Plus, a self-custody Web3 wallet. There we go. Orbit Plus seamlessly connects with Universe, OmniPoints, Nova Chain, your passport to the entire decentralized ecosystem. So there we go. A self-custody Web3 wallet. Kind of sounds like what Richard Hart is doing with privacy built in. So who knows where this stuff is going, guys, but we found these things years ago, and it's finally here now where the infrastructure, the regulations, they're here for them to thrive. The current system is done. It's not working. It's at its breaking point. Yo, what up, Goo? Nice pop today. Exited my longs. Not gonna lie, it's looking like the bottom was in at 80. Yeah, bro. What are we at? Like 90 something right now? I think so too, bro. That the bottom was in, I think, 91 right now. Yeah, bro. I don't think you think that's a relief rally this fast? I don't think so. I mean, maybe it is, but this feels like max pain. Everyone got bearish and started shorting, and then they just got crushed. But man, I can't wait. I finally went out and got a mouse today for my new computer. So hopefully tomorrow, well, it's Thanksgiving, but I want to set that thing up. I can't wait to start trying out my last match. But yeah, Bitcoin 91.1 now. Yeah, bro, bottom's in for sure. Flare, what are we up today? 9.1% to almost a penny and a half. Guys, Flare is going to take off. I just have a feeling Flare is just special. With F assets, December 3rd, Firelight comes out. I just bought a couple $100 more XRP. I send it into Bifrost and mint my FXRP. I'm working on my bag of trying to get more liquid XRP because I got all of it in I Trust Capital. Those are going to be so cool to put our XRP to work. And once we have those bags put to work, the yield is all we sell. We don't touch our principals ever, unless it's an emergency and you need to. Flare is waking up. This is what happens when a sleeping giant moves. Volume rising, momentum building. Buyers are stepping in. And the thing, too, guys, is there's only 2 more monthly drops after this. We have one in 4 days. We got a Flare drop coming, and then there's only 2 more. So, and mid-January, all the supply is out, I'm pretty sure, for the drops. I don't know if they put on any aside for staking and stuff, but the airdrops are all out, which is huge. Kraken is planning to let people earn yield from their Crack app with the help of Centaura, the same company who created Firelight. That means billions of TVL will flow into Flare once they allow users to let them earn yield on XRP and Flare. Meanwhile, Vault, a new Crack feature, aims to pull customers deeper into on-chain yield strategies by routing funds into independently audited DeFi lending protocols. Kraken said vaults are designed to transform idle assets into daily earnings that seek to offer returns of up to 10% plus APY, with strategies tailored to individual risk profiles managed by curators such as Chaos Labs and Centaura. While the announcement confirms Centaura role, no direct mention of Flare, XRP, or Flare appears. The post prediction of billions remains speculative, but aligns with Centaura's focus of XRP Fi. So, that was, so what's that? A fodder right away. That's funny. Well, F assets are going to be huge. That's going to bring so much money into this ecosystem. Once Dogecoin and Bitcoin and Litecoin are all on here, man, it's going to be sick. You know, I mean, more markets, XRP deposits, they'll invest for yield in the firelight. Yeah, I got to look into that. I got my FXRP just sitting there. I don't have Aster. Nope. No, I've been putting everything into QUBIC in that ecosystem, buying more Morpheus and more XRP and Flare. Yeah, I lost like $500 on that stupid 4 coin. So I only got my Creo over there, ORAI. What is it? GMX and Cellframe, maybe. Flare will be deflationary. Yeah, that'd be great. 50% correction puts us at 53K. It's in the game. I don't think so, bro. If that happens, it's going to be because Tether implodes. I pray we get a pump before that happens. But we are cutting rates, I think, in December. And if that happens, that's going to stress Japan. But they seem to be kicking the can and preparing for it. But bro, that's in the cards. I think Bitcoin is eventually going to go down to like 50K. I think it's worthless. I think money's going to pour out of the Bitcoin ETFs and into XRP, HBAR, and these baskets of different cryptos. Looks like the markets are actually following silver and gold. If you look at the daily charts, there's a perfect W pattern about to explode. That would be nice. I actually just sold almost all my silver. Sold almost all of it and put some into crypto, put some into Pokemon, and that stupid freaking computer to play my last match on. Sentinel X raises 800K in less than 1.5 days for pre-sale. XLR's trading bot, just throwing it out there. Oh, that's why XLR is dumping. People are selling it for that. See, that's the thing. Like, diluting the ecosystem is a problem. Like, I don't like when, like, we learned that with DYNEX. Too much dilution is not good, but hopefully that actually works and is a good thing, but we'll see. Doubt Bitcoin will keep going down. It's so heavily shorted. Well, yeah, bro, it's completely manipulated. They short the shit out of spot and buy the ETFs so they can make the fees. It's crazy. Tether backed by gold now. No, that's the new stable coin. That's their new Tether stable coin. But the original one, no. So I think they're going to use that one because that one's already banned in the US and the EU. So that one, I don't know what's going to happen, bro. I think it's going to implode and it'll be used maybe on Tron and like in third world countries. But that one's going to take over. I think they're pushing its way out. I don't know though. As long as the Flare DeFi ecosystem doesn't implode like last cycle, they seem solid. No, bro, the Flare, there was no Flare DeFi ecosystem. Like the whole Flare DeFi ecosystem is reliant upon bridging XRP and other assets over. Like the last 3 years, we're just sitting collecting airdrops. Like there was really nothing to do. Yup. Oh yeah. I think gold's going back down to 2,700. Moving funds into high yield covered call ETFs with neo funds. Yeah, if you're trading, bro, now's the time to get into the XRP leverage ETFs. That's what I would do. This seems different from the Ponzi stuff of take your tokens and give you stupid yield. Yeah, bro, that's only like 5%. It's nothing crazy. That's what's going to be great about it. It's not some unpromisable yield where you're stealing from other people. Like this is very conservative, 5-6% maximum. And I'm okay with that, bro. If XRP can go to $100 a coin, I'll take 4 or 5% a year on it all day long. That means Flare will be $3-4. And at that point, you got a couple 100,000 of them. You're working with almost 800K, $1 million in Flare. And you can earn 15% on that. Shit, I'm good to go right there. So and then with Stronghold's going to be a reward token. We're going to be able to earn with that. It's going to be great, guys. Like we're just getting started. We did the hardest part is we were able to find and identify the blue chips of the future and scoop them up early, just like XDC. You're talking about it. Like with the utility of it, what's it going to do in the future? Yeah, it's going to be used for like financial messaging. But it's a $1 trillion use case. But if it doesn't work out, great. If it does work out, great. We have our bag of it just in case. It's too risky to not have. So once you have the right bags, it's just sitting here and waiting. And that allows you to zoom out and play crypto and invest in crypto like wealthy people invest in all their investments. They look at the downside risk. How much can I lose? Not, how many X's can I make? That's not how an investor thinks. And a smart investor says, what's my downside risk? Oh, I can lose this much. Okay. And right now, the downside risk for these blue chips, shit. I mean, what are we talking about here? What's a downside risk? I mean, what can Stronghold really go to from here? What can it flash crash down 50% and get back down to 007? It's never going back to 0003 where we found it. 3 zeros and a 3 is when we got in. So we're up like 14x right now. No, way more than that. We're up like what? So 03, so 10x, like 30x from when we got in. Like, guys, it's going to happen to all of our coins. I promise. Just give it time. Like Corium and Sologenics is going to happen to. Jasmine, even Clearpool is so criminally undervalued. Today, I bought another. I just bought $200 of PayPal USD for free on PayPal, then sent it to Switch.win. And I swapped it for some more XLR and some more Clearpool. Or no, was it Clearpool or XLR? I can't remember. But I bought $100 of each of them because they're so cheap right now. And even Research Coin is super cheap. And Quant, there's so many cryptos that I don't care about the price as long as they're dirt cheap. It's like when I was buying Pokemon in 2022, 2023 at the rock bottom, $80, $85 a box. No one wanted it. I was the only person buying them. And then a year and a half later to right now, everyone wants them. You can't even get them in the store. Happened that fast. So if there's money out there for people to buy boxes of cardboard, people have money to degen into crypto. Once retail thinks it's dead and the market pumps, I don't know. We'll see. Sailor's giving bros 10% a month. That doesn't scream red flag. I don't know what does. Dude, how many times have I been saying Michael Saylor is the fall guy for crypto? Bitcoin is going to be blamed as the scapegoat, whether Epstein ties, whether Tether, something is going to be blamed for the liquidity crisis that's coming. It just makes sense. XDC market is 19 trillion untouched market. 100% what you're saying. Have a bag. Yeah, bro. It's all we can do is just get bags of these utility cryptos and just hold them, bro. That's the smartest thing you can do. And that the amount that we each hold is different. Like what vets can buy right now and afford to burn and go to zero tomorrow is different than what I can afford, than what Goo can afford. So we all have different amounts, but we have the same intentions of holding them for the future, for the long term. You know, crypto should be a 5 to 8 year plan, guys. Need more Pokemon. And yeah, I need more Pokehopium. 100%. Don't fade Vibra. I faded him on Soul. I still think about that shit. Fuck me. Bro, I know. I told you guys. That was that was during the FTX crash when Sami was funding it and everyone else. And I was doing research into it and I was seeing what was happening with the FTX estate. And it was obvious that they were going to pump it back up to make everyone even, or at least the people on the case, make them a shitload more money. And while everyone was saying, oh, it's dead, Solana's a scam, da-da-da-da, I was saying now is the time to buy it. Even though Solana sucks, this is the easiest moneymaker. So we took that shit from like $9.80, wrote it up to over 200, and then I sold it all for XRP. And now, who's made money on Solana since then? Nobody. Everyone's gotten wrecked. Bumping. Yep, bumping. Stronghold and Velo are bumping. Yep. Yeah, guys, we all know what we're doing here. You guys have been here for years. Like nothing has changed. It's the same exact thing that I've been talking about since 2021. We find the best cryptos, we buy them early, and we hold. That's it. There's no $1,000 miracle plan or alpha course you could pay $10 million for where I guarantee you turn into a billionaire tomorrow, or, you know, super advanced trading technique 101. It's all bullshit, guys. There's no secrets. It's literally find the best coins, buy them early, and don't sell away your future. Don't sell them too early, like I just did with Zcash. Still bugs me, just like with Julian fading Solana. Selling Zcash, even though selling it for QUBIC will probably be the right move long term, the 10 of those, it would be worth like $7,000 now. And I could have bought like 10 billion QUBIC with that if I had just held them. But you live and you learn. And that, to me, even though it's a painful experience, it proves that I was right. I saw Zcash and I knew it had a future before anyone else did in 2022, 2023. And I held it for 2.5 years during the whole bear market while it did nothing on a ledger. And I got impatient with that. But that's all right. It just shows that what happened with Zcash is going to happen to all these cryptos with Stronghold, Velo, Flare, Jasmy, QUBIC, Pulse Chain, all the utility coins. It's happening, guys. Have dry powder. Say all bags are same level. Just adding to. So QUBIC, Stronghold, or Flare. Which one gives you the most tokens for $1? I wouldn't really worry about which one gives you the most for $1. If you have all those your bags and they're at the same dollar level, it's which one is the cheapest to buy right now. So like which one's down the most. So right now, yeah, QUBIC is the best one to buy. It's down the most. But like what Goo does is he's smart. He plays it differently. If like Stronghold rips a bunch and it's worth a lot more of his portfolio, he'll sell a little bit out of that and rotate it down into QUBIC at the bottom. And then whatever pumps up hard again, take profits and roll it down and keep it going, which I really like that too. Because that way you're keeping it into your core coins. you're building up your bags, even though the dollar value is decreasing in some of them. And when Stronghold's up 40%, you can clip out, 1% of your bag at the top here and put it into whatever's at the bottom. Exactly, bro. You can't, that's the thing too, is you can't spread yourself too thin. You buy your coins and you accept what you have and you move on. And if you have enough cash coming in where you can afford to buy new stuff, when it like a new project that comes around, great, but you shouldn't be buying new shit constantly. Like, depending, if you have like 100 grand, I wouldn't have more than like 30 tokens around there, maybe 25 tokens. If you have a 500,000, I would say like 50 tokens. And I think there's like 50 to 60 projects that are the blue chips you want to hold for the next 5 to 10 years plus, next 30 years. Like Hedera, guys, and XRP, these things are going to be with us for the rest of our lives. And that's what we can't comprehend right now. This stuff is going to change so much that in 30 years, we're going to be legends for holding pieces of these protocols that no one in the world is able to get anymore. I really think that's going to be the case. I think all stocks are going to be tokenized on the blockchain. So cryptos will be right there. But AIs and these startups are becoming so valuable so fast. You could have a $1 trillion company, come out of the blue from an AI startup in a month. So I think the money is going to all be more towards, always towards tech, blockchain, crypto. But now it's going to be all together to where we can source liquidity from the stock market or private equity or whatever into crypto. And it's not in all these different, not blockchain, but, in these different accounts where they're not interoperable. Even less, no more than 10 at most. So see, like $10,000 bags. I think that's a bit too big. I don't mind having like down here at the bottom. A $500 bag was worth 10 grand a year and a half ago. So I think, right, if you have 100K right now in crypto, that was well over $1 million a year ago. So it all depends. 15 tokens top. I only hold 12 right now. 10 would be ideal. Yep. That's what I mean. Like, I think there's 50 or 60 that are the ones worth holding long term, but I don't hold them all. Like, I don't have the money for it. I wish I did. And that would make life super easy if you just had $10 million where you could come in and just throw 20K into 60 coins and just let them sit for the next 10 years. You would outperform everybody. But yeah, it is what it is. But QUBIC, SHX, and Flare, I'd buy all three. Just don't chase green candles. Yeah, and bro, like that's the thing with Stronghold. Once it starts being used, I don't think the price is going to come down. Like, this has all just been retail doing this. But once we see actual institutional money being put into it, these cryptos are going to go up and create way higher new floors to where it's not going to matter if you got in at 0.009 or 1.3 cents or 1.4 cents. When it's $1.25, it's not going to matter. Yeah, it would have been nice, but in the long term, it's not going to matter. Like, look where we are, where it was in August at 3.5 cents. Now we're way down here. So we're still, when you zoom out, even though you're buying the local top right now, to where this thing is going, it's going to be a nothing burger if you can hold this thing for the next 5-10 years. And there's no reason why you guys can't. Like, it's just like with lottery winners. 80% go broke within 5 years. Why is that? Because they don't understand money management. And I really think they're going to really try to get people to sell out of their bags early. And people are going to do that. They're going to take profits and sell out of these bags where they think they're rich. And then they're going to just keep going higher and higher and higher. I really believe that. So don't sell your future short. That's why it's so important to invest in these, what you can afford to lose. So once they start going up, you're not desperate to take out all the money and say, oh, I'm going to buy back in the bear market, or I'm going to rebuy this. And you take out 100 or 200K now. And in 5 years, that's $3 million or something like that. I don't want that stuff to happen to you guys. So when you're in these blue chips, and we know which ones are the blue chips, always keep some of it. If you have to sell out of your bag, just try to keep 10% of it tucked away forever. Because I really think we're going to see insane numbers in these blue chip cryptos. It only makes sense. The amount of money that they're going to be moving with the amount of supply available to do it, it's just a numbers game. So, guys, I've never been more bullish. I've never been more excited. And I know you guys are in the same spot. Like, none of you guys come in here freaking out like, oh my God, is it over? Is it going to end? Like, yeah, it gets boring saying, yeah, these are opportunities. Like, you have to zoom out. But that is the God's honest truth. Like, look at Stronghold right now. Yesterday, Stronghold wasn't even on my mind. It's just been sitting in my wallet, just chilling there, losing value for the last 6 months. And now, boom, up 43.6% in 24 hours. And like, that's how fast this stuff happens, guys. And you got to be prepared for it. So you have to buy the blood. You have to feel terrible when you're buying Stronghold all down here, when you know it's doing nothing. And you get a nice pump and you think, all right, this is it. We're going to start moving. And then it dumps all the way back down. And then you get another opportunity to buy the dip. But it's even more painful this time. And it sucks even more to have to buy back down here when your bag was just worth 7 times as much. But once you understand it, nothing could shake you out. And we know we own the best cryptos, guys, and we are going to be rewarded for it. The big money is coming in. The institutional money is about to flow in. All the infrastructure is set. The rails are all there for money to flow in, and it's about to. Guys, yeah, bro, this dip has sucked more than every other one. And it was done that way on purpose because we're about to see the greatest pump ever. So they've done everything they could to try to shake you out. Everything they could. And unfortunately, it worked. But for us that we're able to see through the nonsense, understand that a dollar value on something does not reflect its true value and where these things are going. So, man, I'm just super excited, guys. Yes, this is exactly why we never had a bull market, because everybody in retail was coming in saying, I'm going to get rich and retire tomorrow off meme coins or off pump.fun. And when that was the meta that I'm going to come in and get rich, we were never going to see a bull market. And I should have realized that more. But that's it, guys. I'm out of here. Smash that like button, and we will I don't know, Thanksgiving stream tomorrow. We shall see. If not, definitely Friday.
Yeah. Up in the building. Yeah, we lighting up the scene. Crypto gems on radar, chasing every dream. Do your own research, that's the golden theme. We bring the facts, no cap, we keep it clean. Scrolling through the charts, got my eyes on the rise. Viber got the info, got me feeling so wise. No hype, just the truth, yeah, we cutting through lies. Sharpen knowledge on the daily, watch the profits multiply. From Bitcoin to the altcoins, we digging for gold. Community so strong, never do what you're told. That's the motto, let the story unfold. We ain't selling you a dream, just the facts to behold. Velo Finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep the future bright. Viber got your back, we ignite your flight. No pump and dump, just the realest advice. We break it all down, make it simple and nice. Every tip, every trick, got you rolling the dice. But with knowledge in your pocket, you can win every price. Velo Finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep your future bright. Vibra got your back, we ignite your flight. So when you're lost in the crypto sea, Vibra's the light, come vibe with me. Stay smart, stay sharp, and you'll always see the best gems shine with transparency.